Hello. I'm here. I'm late. I'm sorry. I had software updates. Gotta love Logitech. Oh, I don't even have that on. Let me turn that on. Updated and didn't turn on. Hopefully it doesn't cause a crash. I probably should have restarted, but I didn't. Being lazy like that. Hopefully it doesn't cause problems. How are you guys? Welcome to Dynamodel. We're, let me get the lens cap off here. We're gonna be working on the bear again. Going back to the high grade Beargguy Ohana Aloharo set. I gotta do some masking. I was thinking about not doing the masking, but the more I look at it, the more I think that I need to do some masking. So I'm gonna do some masking. Wow, my desk looks really messy. I've been kind of like a mad scientist in here though. You'll have to forgive me. How is everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. That's a good spot. I like that. Maybe just a little to the left. Maybe to the right. Yeah, we could do that. Right there. I like that. Maybe just a little more. Right about there. That works. Except for I'm not looking down when I'm looking down. I need to be looking straight on. Let me try this again. All right. Now I gotta move this. And there we go. Okay, that's working. There, we've successfully achieved positioning. Anyway, how are you guys? I guess I should put the RX-70 weight away. RX-70 weight. RX-70 weight. This was the last build. This was a snap build. I was just kind of working on. I guess focus would help. Over the years. Probably going to actually take this apart and paint it again. I wanted to build it though, mainly just to see how what the fitment of the parts was like, so that when I paint it, because they are so small, and it's really driving me nuts. It's just driving me absolutely crazy. Make it easy. There we go. All right, now I'm not clipping. Anyhow, but yeah, solid kit. I really enjoyed building it. I built it first with just the inner frame, and it's one of those kits that to build the inner frame, it's a fragile piece of garbage. But once you get the armor on, everything firms up really nicely. The articulation on it is like absolutely amazing for its age, for being from 2013. It's pretty solid. These don't go as far as you'd like, but you know, he's got some range of motion. Can actually, you know, touch his face. I really like the way they did the little bit of armor separation. Only piece I really struggled with was these back pieces. I had trouble getting one of them on one of the arms. But it actually clipped in yesterday, and I was like, oh, that made a snap. And it hasn't come off since, so I guess it's there. Tiny bit of movement in the thrusters. That's pretty cool. There are some clear parts I haven't put in there yet. Comes with some oh gosh, I put them in the box. I'd show you the stickers, but it's pretty hefty sticker sheet it comes with. And I got the official Bandai decals for them, and they're identical. So that's pretty cool. There's actually decals for the chrome bits that go on here, or the copper bits that go on here. So that's pretty cool. Anyway. But yeah. So anyway, this stream I've mixed up paints. This is our blue. This is the candy blue I'm going to spray on the Agabear. Let's see if I can find that UV. I know I've shown you guys of this a lot, but I'm kind of proud of it. And it's actually got some nice... It came out fairly translucent. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Like, there's definitely some clearness. A little bit of sediment at the bottom I haven't mixed up. When I give it a shake, it's not quite as clear, but I think it'll lay down like a nice clear coat. This is for the white parts. They're not exactly white. They're a little almost kind of like a pinkish cream. I kind of mix this up, but it glows too. So I think with these pink parts, which for some reason actually glow really white, I'm hoping that when I have it next to the blue and the pink actually on the bear and it's all clear coated, it's going to come out a little pinker. I'm tempted to actually spray a little bit of just like the base pink over that. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet though, before I actually go to clear coat. In the meantime, I got some masking I got to do to it. A few of these pink parts, there's a few parts I want to spray yellow just for accent purposes. So I'm kind of masking these off. This is the yellow I'm going to use. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys this. I've shown you guys the pink and the blue, but this is how the yellow comes. And I'll probably use this just as it is. I don't know that I'm gonna... I might make it a little bit orange. I might mix just a tiny bit of red to it. Make it kind of an orangish yellow. But yeah, so anyway, that's that. I still haven't decided on what color to paint the guitar. Although I'm thinking about... because I want to make decals for this kit. There are none, and I saw where I could do it. I got to get some printer ink to do it, but update the old ink cartridges. But I think I'm gonna make some of my own decals. I think that would be cool. Stupid avatar. There we go. So anyway, this is the DSPIAE circle cutter. Use it for masking. Well, I've used it for plow. It comes with show them to you. Here's a little box somewhere here. It comes with other points, and you can use those for plastics. There's two different ones. This is the one. There's one that's super sharp. Don't bend the needle. I did it once and had to actually replace it already, so I kind of dropped it, and I was like, it bent the needle, and so it didn't work. But yeah, anyway, it's got a little magnet up here in the spring, and you turn this screw, and the little peg down here sticks in the magnet. A little cutter goes up with it, and that's how you change size and whatnot. Right now, I think I don't think I actually have it set right now. I did have it set. Are you serious? I did have it, the music's way too loud, isn't it? Sorry. My apologies. But anyway, I did have it set. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking. I usually have to say something 3 times before I get to the end of the sentence. It's just the way it is. But I had it set for doing these little guys. So this is going to be one of the white parts. This here color. But because I did the chrome base on this, and this was intentional on my part, I want to get this masked. And I'm going to actually do this outer ring and then a piece on the inside of it. And the reason why is because I want to be able to unmask that after spraying the white, but spray the outer ring and keep the inner one. So, I don't know. I may just remask it later. We'll see how that goes. But I want to keep this color on these. I don't know that I have any more metal etched parts that are that size. I use quite a bit of those on the Dynamez. I think they're all gone. I don't want to buy more metal etched parts, so we're just going to leave that with paint. But I don't want to paint it the white and then have to paint over it again with the silver. It starts to get too thick, and I want to keep the indentation. So I'm going to mask it, and then we'll peel all that off, and hopefully we won't get any bleed through. But I did kind of learn that you want to do your darker colors kind of first. Like, I don't want to paint this white and then spray silver again. A little harder to notice. I guess let me try to zoom in on that so I could show you guys how small this thing cuts maskings. It's pretty cool. So those are like 2.5 millimeter, I think, right at. So, and I really don't know what this is. I'm gonna try to measure it, but I'll probably just guess at how big that is. So we'll get there. But anyway, so before I go too far, I actually want to cut out like 6 more of those little guys. We got this part too. And then there's a bunch of parts we're gonna do tonight that are just like this one, where it's mask everything off and cut the edges out. I want to do all the masking on the pink parts for where I'm gonna spray yellow. There's a couple other colors I may spray on there too. It's not all gonna be yellow, but mostly yellow. And a lot of this stuff is nooks and crannies. And I guess, like, for example, this right here, I think I'm gonna spray this with a black chrome. This is actually gonna be a screen. This is another reason I want to print my own decals. I think I'm going to print a channel logo and put it on here. Or I might actually try to take a screenshot of painting the bear in one of the streams and put that on there. Because this flips up and it's right below the keyboard, or right above the keyboard. So I'm assuming it's a screen. Anyway, hey, I totally made a poll. Why do I not see my token? How does that work? Anyway, but we gotta cut out some more screw cap pieces. But I tell you what, I do love this thing for little things like that. And you can buy maskings like that, but I did so many of them. Let's see what size this is. I may have made this bigger last night messing around with it. I hadn't used this in a minute, so let's see what that is. I think that's the right size. I think we're still little. Yep. So check it out. You guys saw how easy that was. And this is probably one of the more expensive tools I've gotten. I'll show this to you. Zoom in. Focus. That's my little circle. It's, what is that? Let's see here. Oh, my head's in the way. We'll go up to this one. So that circle is, what is that? 3 millimeters? It's 3 millimeters. Let me zoom back out. I don't know why I have the RX-78 in the frame. I guess I'm just teasing you guys with that. Let me put this camera down so you can see more of the build map. There we go. That's a little better angle. This thing's a mess. I have multiple projects going on between mixing the paint, doing the masking, and then building the RX-78. I did what I normally do, and I get too many things going on because my ADD won't allow me to do anything else. I guess I could zoom in a little bit. There you go. That's a little better. Get that view for you. Very interesting. Come here. They're still hard to put on. You know, it's still a little itty bitty, teensy weensy. And then I usually, after putting one on, I still have to check it with the looper. I feel like this may have like a little piece that's not, that tore and didn't cut right. It's kind of hard to see, I'll be honest. Dude, what's up with my settings? So, it's really weird. I can set a stream up. And save it. And then when I connect OBS, it like resets all my settings. It's very strange. Sorry. I just want to make sure everything's running good. All right. Moving on. Tell me in chat. Is chat working, you guys? I hope so. Because somebody picked tell me in chat in the poll, but I don't see any response. What are we listening to, though? Now this, I thought I banished this song. My apologies for not catching on to that sooner. That's a little more lively. Yeah, that's what we want. That's good masking music. All right, so somewhere I use the back of a Q-tip that I cut to actually make sure it's all pushed down in good. And I do that because it doesn't scratch like tweezers do. That one didn't cut as nice, but I'll live with it. You do a little bit of that. We can live with that. I can live with that one. A little bit of tape stuck to the end of it. And I think I need a little bit more pressure. That's the other thing about this tool. Oh, I don't even have it in the frame. I'm sorry. It's directional, and I don't always remember which direction to go with it. And you want to set it down and then add more pressure to it. It works better that way, I've discovered. And don't, like, move it after you set it down. Is the other little nuance to it. It is great, though. The only thing is if you got a lot of circles to do, you kind of have to figure out how many you got and, like, do them all at once. And it does get tedious. Like, when I did the shields for, when I did the Dynamite shields, there was, like, 30 of these things I cut. It's tearing a little bit. Let's try this other piece of tape. Oh, got out of the lines. That one felt like a good cut. You can almost feel it too. It's weird. It does better with bigger circles. Where did that go? I know I just cut a circle. OMG. Well, hello, Pinner. How are you, my friend? I'm cutting little tiny circles. Check this out, bro. Little tiny itsy bitsy. I'll zoom in for you. Little tiny itsy bitsy witsy titsy weensy circles. Right there. See that? That's 2 millimeters, bro. 2 millimeters. Perfect cut. Camera can't even decide what to focus on. It's so small. But yeah, doing some bear masking. Hope you're doing well. I'm just putting little tiny circles over little tiny circles. Much like nursery games we used to play when we were little itty bitty kids. These are the parts after I spray the white. I got the paints mixed up. Don't know if you saw that. We got the blue. And we got the white. I believe I just got a notice that I think the holochromatic chrome is arriving today. I don't know if the mailman's actually been here yet, though. He's been running later and later lately. I haven't checked. If I did, maybe I'll do a little spraying of the rest of the chrome tonight. Perhaps get into the whites. We'll do the whites. Thanks for the wave. I was wondering if chat was working. I hope you can see my poll. That didn't sound right at all. I hope you could see the trivia question I posted. And I could only assume that you may be the one response I have that says, tell me in chat. So what games would you like to see, my friend? I am really thinking about starting a playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima. And I was watching Spider Bro the other day play, what is it called? Tilly? It's that Grand Theft Auto. Well, it's like Grand Theft Auto, but it's all anime-like, and apparently very like K-pop photo, J-pop type thing. Like you have a manager, and I don't know. The plot seemed a little silly, but gameplay looked cool. More circles. So yeah, you want to go counterclockwise. You know, and I could have told you that very, very easily. You know, that first cut got all boogered up, like I said, because there's an arrow that says go counterclockwise right here. Why? I've had this thing for a minute, and I just now noticed the arrow on it. Durr. I guess that's a good song. Good song to make fun of myself with. See, and here's the thing is, so this is the other thing about this little tool. Doing circles this small, I'd like to sit there and just do like circle, 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 circle. The problem is, it does such a clean cut that I'll do that, and I won't be able to find half of them afterward. I mean, the bigger ones, sure, but when they're small like this, yeah, I'll cut a bunch of them, and then I can't find them. But it's one of my favorite tools. And I'll get into masking more parts like this here in a little bit. I was doing these guys first, because they're the most involved, and after that it gets easier. See, I think this track would be great to do some driving games, too. Might be fun to play Ace Combat, too. Kind of feels a little Top Gun-ish. Talk to me, Goose. Alright. More circles. Sorry if I keep putting my head in the camera. It's my head, I can do it. There we go. Another fresh circle. Go over the fresh circle. I wonder how many times I can say circle this stream. Seriously. So these things, I think, these circle cutters, if I remember right, when I bought this, they were running about $45, $50. I think that was several years ago. They're now up to... What's funny is I had it for months before I ever got to use it. I bought it thinking I was going to get to that step, and it didn't happen. Oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? Still there. I guess I could try to zoom in on that for you guys as I do that. I might have my big old mitts in the way, though. I'll try the 1.5 for a minute until... I think I need to clean the camera lens. Duke Nukem. You'd like to see me do a playthrough of Duke Nukem? You know, that was one of my favorite games when I was younger. Probably one of the first games I ever played on PC. I actually played Doom and Duke Nukem way back when, and Wolfenstein on PC. My friend had it. I didn't have a computer, but my friend did. They were fabulous games. I really should be wearing gloves when I'm handling this because I'm getting oil on here. but I don't know if I could wear gloves and do this masking thing at the same time. I'm just trying to make sure I don't touch too much of the paint. I could play me some Duke Nukem's Pinner. I could see that. If it's free, I might actually do that for you. And I'm pretty sure Pinner wouldn't tell me to play a game that wasn't free at this point. He knows this channel is all I have right now. No, seriously, that's why I'm streaming so much. It's, I'm looking for gainful employment, and after sending out resumes to the abyss, it gets to the point you're looking at the same job listings, and you go, what do I do now? And I guess I could drive aimlessly around the city and get told that I have to go apply online, but I figure I might as well at least do this. It might get me somewhere. So here I am. Hey, Pinner, what'd you think of the thumbnail? Made that myself, buddy. Yeah, I was kind of proud of that one. I'm getting a little better at it. I'm starting to play with the posing on the animation side of things a little bit. It's kind of fun. Although it is a little weird. I can't watch things now without like kind of seeing the production behind it. Straighten them out. Or just slightly crooked. There. See, that feels crooked to me, but it looks straight to you guys. And that's all we care about. Alright. So, we got the top of Haro. Nice, he says. I need to get a little more tape. By the time this is done, I'll have this whole, like, section taped with little circles all over it. It'll be wicked. Yeah, I was kind of proud of that one. So, full confession. Yesterday, or maybe it wasn't yesterday's stream. I don't know if I streamed yesterday. Maybe it was the day before. Was the first time I ever used a generated thumbnail for the stream. Now, mind you, I did, in saying that, I gave it a concept thumbnail that I had already created and said, refine this. So I kind of made my own thumbnail, I guess. But it felt dirty. I felt like I was cheating. And I almost used one today, and I thought, nope. So I decided to waste most of the day, well, not most of the day, a good hour or two before the stream. I was actually going to get on like around 3 o'clock. But I wanted to make that thumbnail, so I did. I guess just to see if I could do it. Anyway, I don't know. Call me crazy, I just feel like it's cheating. There was something about it that just made me feel dirty. So, these are going to be tricky. Because I kind of want to do this outer one first. But I also want it to fold in just slightly. And I'm not quite sure how to go about it. There's a part of me, big hair. Isn't it funny? My hair is actually like a pretty good facsimile of what I've created here. There's a part of me that thinks I need to go around the inside with just a piece of this. This is the thin stuff. This is where the hobby gets expensive, because you have this, but I could cut these. I could. Maybe I should just cut a strip. Might be easier to handle. Let's try this first, since I've already pulled some off. Where are my skizzers? I had them earlier because I had to take a picture of them. And this might be easier to do in 2 separate pieces, as opposed to one big wraparound. It's like a thing. There's like extra tape there. Yeah, if this masking goes well, I might actually move on to some of the painting. I was trying to get on early. That way, if things are going good, I could just keep pushing. I really want to finish the bear. I've suddenly realized if I can finish the bear and get the bear footage off my computer, I'm actually freeing up a lot of space that way for other projects. So I'm pushing to finish the bear. And I really do kind of want to go back to the Dominator or perhaps paint the RX-78. So we're just gonna very carefully go around here. And I'm not worried about the little pockets there where the fan blades are, because I'm going to throw another piece on top of that that's just slightly bigger, and it should protect that. But it should make it to where I can pull that piece out after I spray the one color, and then I'll get 3 colors out of the one masking job. You got to think in layers. At least I hope I'm doing this right. My luck, I'll take one piece off and it'll pull it all out, and I'll have to do some of it, redo some of it anyway. And that's a thing. That could happen. We are getting funky with it. So tedious. I guess I could focus on my fingers for you. There we go. Is that a little better? You guys should speak up when I do that. Yeah, so one of the other things I want to add to the stream is like a little notification that dings or something when one of you guys say something. Although if I ever get a lot of people in the room, that may be a disaster. I'm having such a hard time getting this last little bit inside of that. And really, it's like a perspective thing. There we go. That started to get it. There we go. Ah, I had it. Get back in there. Oh, yeah, you just got to go for it. I'm being too careful. I don't know, it doesn't seem like much, right? But that subtle, I don't know if you can see this, Pinner. This subtle little bit of masking. What's going on with my overlays? That right there. If it comes out right and it's nice and clean, it'll make all the difference in the world. I need another piece of that, though. I didn't quite complete the circle. I'm going to clean these scissors up, too. There we go. Okay. Shorter pieces, easier to do. No, I think I'm backwards. No, I'm right. Get in there. Get in there, little guy. Ah! Maybe I need the bigger tweezers. Hold on. I'm scratching with these. We were doing better with the little guys. It's like these little strips were made to go in here. I'm gonna get part of it stuck. There. There. Now if I can get this tucked. Boy, this is gonna be one of those full of innuendo streams. I can already see it. This jam kind of makes me want to go see like a Fish or maybe the Grateful Dead. All right. Alrighties. Now we just kind of smooth it out around the outside edges. Hope it doesn't pull it out of there. I know it did right here. I gotta do that again. But this is that stuff that, in my opinion, kind of like makes a kit, you know? It's these little subtle things you don't see that builders do that make all the differences. You know, it's funny, I was thinking, this would be maybe a good kit to do if I did the diorama too, enter in the GBWC. But I've already painted it with non-compliant paint. Might have to do it again and see if I can do it with compliant paints. All right, so now we're going to tape up this one before I change circle cutter. And actually, let me look at the parts real quick and make sure there's not more little tiny circles that we need that are that size. I don't think there is. I think that was the only like circular armor part on it. I think it's that. I must have like spilled a Coke or something over here. Oh, I bet I did this. I don't really see any on these. No circles to speak of. And look at this one. We're gonna want those guys. Should be one more of those. Where's my other foot? Here's the other foot. All right. Yeah. So that's really it for circles. These guys and that's it. And I actually have an idea for this that might make that a little easier to cut after I cut that. This piece was a pain in the butt to mask, but what I do with it this next time around might make it a little easier. So we got all 4 of those. There really isn't any other little tiny circles. All right, so where were we's? Dogs are all fed. I guess since we're going up in size, I'll do this one. And that's just going to be what it is. I'm not going to do anything fancy with that. Although there is a part of me that thinks I should drill it out and see what kind of metal etched I got to go in there. Maybe we should look. Where do I have my metal etched? You know, either way, doesn't matter right now. I'll mask it first. So that's slightly bigger. I bet you that's like a 6. So I got this set at 2 right now. Loosen this guy. I'm going to go up to 6. I think that's 5. Let's see. Well, I'm too tight. Yeah, if you do get too much tension on it... Oh, zoom back in. Sorry. If you do get too much tension on this thing will get all sideways when you go to cut. Yeah, that was more like a 4. It's not an exact science. It's kind of hard to actually see the little millimeter things on there. So yeah, that guy was... It's not what we wanted. Too small. Too small. You know, maybe I'll use the camera so I can see that. I'm guessing it's 6. I don't like seeing my hand zoomed in on that close. It freaks me out. All right. I'm guessing it's a 6. Let's try it. As much as I don't want to handle it with my fingers, I have to. I will never get this thing on here with just a stick. Oh, that's like perfect. Let's use this so we don't scratch my paint. Guess I can focus. I need a camera that focuses automatically. I think. Such a shit show this production is. There we go. That was a little slightly oversized, but I'm glad I did it because it made it sit down around there to the apex of that detail line. I love it. Check it out. See if I can hold it. It's pretty decent. Little fray at the edge. A little bit of fray over here. Let's see. Give it a... I don't know if I helped it. Still pretty dang good. In a million years, it would have taken me forever to cut that. Well worth it. Expensive tool, but great tool. I love this thing. tried to go a little slower and a couple more times around that time. Hoping it'll help. So let's do this one. This is a good gem for an island bear. It's fitting. You know, every time I release a video, like my real videos, this is one reason I actually went to live streaming more, was I always get nailed by the music copyrights. And I'm using licensed music with my editing software, but they always get resolved, but it's just a pain in the butt. And now that I'm realizing how many more tracks there are in the YouTube library, I might just use some of them next video. Skip that whole process. I guess it's the saxophones, but this track kind of reminds me of something from Cowboy Bebop. All right. See how that one came out. I actually it's kind of cool being able to zoom in on this, just to see if they, now see, that one's beautiful. So yeah, cut a little slower. Paint leaves a little chipping there going on. I think it's kind of rubbed off on the edges a little bit, which I don't mind. Believe it or not, that's just from probably handling it. So those are done. Detail created when we spray. Now let's do these guys. And if I had to guess, because I want to do the outer portion here from here to here. Oh, I still gotta do this piece. Let's cut the first one and see how that goes before I take the time, because I'm kind of afraid this is just all going to come off of here when I try to do the outer portion. But we want to actually make a ring. Slightly oversized ring. So, if I had to guess, this is rough estimation, I think we're about 12 millimeters. That's going to be 10. I think that's 12. Because I think these are singles and then these are doubles. I think is how that's laid out measurement-wise. I've never actually figured that out, I'm not going to lie. Now, this is what kind of sucks, is I'm going to have to cut one of these to turn around, see if it's the right size, and then cut another one, remember the measurement, and then try to do one, the inside ring. Ooh, that actually moved on me. I don't know if I cut a perfect circle there. I may not have. This is probably a good inside ring. Yeah. I actually did, like, make a bit of a ellipse. No. This is the other thing. Anywhere where you got the tape lapped, make sure you grab the right piece that's underneath. Yeah, look what I did. I created like a little micro ring around that. Alright, we got an inside piece. So we're just going to set that right there for now. We'll keep him. Let me cut another one of those. And it may be a little big, but that's okay. I actually want it to be a little big. I may have cut these too close together. I'm gonna only get one out of this. I wonder if I should do a third one. just to be on the safe side. Yeah, let's. I don't want to reset the cutter. And I don't know if I can cut my outer ring without these two overlapping. All right, so I got a little, I went around a few times there. More circles. All right. Now, I'm going to say, we know this is 3 millimeters. If I put that there, so I'm going to try to do it like 4 millimeters bigger than what we are. More like 3.5. Boy, that's hard to see. I have to zoom in to see it with the camera. I really do. I think right there. I might have gone like 2 millimeters too far. Oh, and this is the other part. Trying to remember how you're perfectly centered. Yeah, I forgot. I may have to do these like one at a time. And here's why. I'll show you. If I do this. Yeah, that's right. I gotta start over. Well, at least we got those cut. This is kind of a waste of tape here, but this is the spot I like to do this at. All right, well, we know what the measurements are, so I know what to do now. It's been a minute. I'm sorry, I haven't used this tool in a minute. Let me zoom back out before the camera gets mad because I'm zoomed in. It's all hot. Well, I made a nice moon. Oh, I broke it. My mat looks like a crime scene after mixing all this UV paint. Did I hear a dog bark? I'm going to try to get my holes all centered on this line. And that'll at least help. We only need 2. I think I need 3 pieces of tape for 2 of these, though. I don't know why the tape got progressively smaller with each piece. I guess that's the frugal in me kicking in, going, I'm running out of tape! Alright, so... Man, I wish I could mark this somehow. I think I can. Let's do this. Cut you. Good taping, Jam. I'm alright with it. I don't even know if this is the right place, but it gives me a ballpark. I guess I could check it real quick. That may not be big enough. This one. That may not be big enough. Oh, wrong side. I wanted to peel from the other side. Damn it. Either way, I don't think that's big enough. Try that. Remove my marker. We're like, I think 18 millimeters. I think. And I know this seems like a lot of work to go through because I could just put like just the one size circle on there, but I really do because I'm going to do 3 colors just in that one area. If I do this right, it'll be really, really easy to peel the inner portion and then, or leave the inner portion and then do my last color. I don't know if I said that right. I think I said that backwards from what I'm actually thinking. All right, let's see how these are. This might be too big. This might be too bigums. Okay, back to figuring out if this was the right size. I think I'm a little oversized. Actually, that might be damn near perfect. That is almost perfect. I think we're going to go with that. All right, so we got that. In fact, actually, I think I can almost go just a touch bigger. Yeah. Just a touch. This is such a tedious process. Hence the thumbnail. That's why that's kind of the joke. I don't know if you guys got it, but yeah, I'm going to have tape everywhere before this is over. And there's really not that much to mask with this. Anyway, again, new tie for life. Hi, Wolfpack. Hope you're well. Hope you stayed. No, that's not where we want to be. Okay, so I'm going to do this and then I'm going to go back. To 6. 12. Oh, you're out of the freaking tape. Grr. It's always the big ones that get me. Such a waste. I don't know what I've cut on though. And these other ones here that I have cut, whether I use these or not, I'll keep them around until the project's over. Because if this doesn't work like I want and it does mess up and they pull wrong when I do the second layer, I at least got backups. So it's not a total waste. All right, one more time. Kind of James Bond-esque. Like 80s James Bond-esque. Roger Moore. Maybe Sean Connery. All right. This is over and this is over. Oh, I'm out of it. Just play it safe. Okay. Let's make sure we got that. And then you turn. And that'll lift the little cutter up off of it. And then we're gonna go back to, let's say it was here. Maybe it was here. I think it's here. I moved it. I forgot to use the reference line. Oh well, let's cut. Maybe I didn't move it too much. An oblong might work still. Oh, I'm way too tense. Way too much pressure. Still too much. Yeah, I moved it quite a bit. For that matter, though, I need to see if that was the right setting. So, it's not a total loss. It's not a total loss. Just a kind of a total loss. Alright, is this... Okay, so that was the right setting. So now we got an extra one of those. This might be a good backup if it's not quite what I'm after. We've made donuts. It's tedious. You know, I think I can make that work. Yeah. I think we can make that work. Might want that inner ring a little bigger. There. Huh? Don't shift. There we go. I didn't say they were easy to align. I just said they were easy to cut. You know, if we are a little big, I don't think it matters. I think I'm going to use this. I think I'm using it. There we go. Yeah. That's looking good. And it was a little big, and it was a little oblong, but it actually worked out for the better. I just did a little fold right there. And this inside portion don't matter as much, because I'm just going to push it down into the other piece that I put in there before. So all is well. I'll have to be careful when I spray from this side. It doesn't quite wrap around as far. Just got to make sure I don't spray heavy from that side. We'll be okay. Yeah. So, yeah, tedious, but the end result is, I hope, will be exactly what I'm after. I'll find out when I peel. Show that to you guys. Pretty clean. Touch it up a little bit right there. A new type for life. You're not late, Wolfpack. You arrived just when you were supposed to, man. Thanks for stopping in, though. Yeah, I'm doing some masking tonight. I can't say it's going to be the most riveting of streams, but thank you for popping in. I hope. So I'm using my DSPIAE circle cutter. It's something I've had for a long time. It was expensive. I bought it a long time ago. I don't get to use it very often. But I kind of bought it with the idea of like projects that I want to do coming up, and so this is part of that, I guess. It does a nice job though. They're not cheap, but the results are like there's no way I could cut a circle that clean by myself. And if I tried to go around this with a knife, I would most certainly scratch it. Which I have some other bits of this one that's going to get masked too. I think these blocks here are going to get masked. And probably this guy. Actually, I may end up masking. I don't know. I'll sit and think on it. We'll move on to some other parts. But I'm going to mask some more of those. How are you doing tonight, though? New type for life? Thank you for stopping in. I am making that a thing. I've just been throwing it out randomly in places. I capitalize it, though, because I think it should be capitalized. All right, next circle. Since I'm already set on the inside, I'll do it first. I want to make sure I'm far enough away, though. Which way? Where's? I wish there was like a center mark. Like, that's the thing. I wish they had something to where you could like draw a line and line it up on center on something. See, my only complaint about this tool, and I think the screws here on the side, you can like add more tension to it. It's a nice tool. It's just a little finicky to use. So we'll start here. I think that'll be a safe spot and we won't overlap with anything. Better go a little further. We'll go right there. Okay, now let's see if I can do the outer portion and not move it this time. First, we want to bring our blade up. Retract the blade. We use reggae music for retracting the blade. Okay. It's okay to move the inner housing, just don't move the outer housing. Oh, I tightened it up too much. Some of it's my fault. Letting the tiger out of the cage. I think we were on this side of it. All right, so I didn't move it. You don't want to move the red. Now let's see if we... Oh. Drop the blade. This is when I moved it last time. I went to go drop the blade and I... Oop, too much tension on the blade. Back that off just a hair. I've done that a lot too, where I put too much tension on the blade and then I go cut the outer ring when I'm doing a donut. And yeah, it just shreds it. That was some of the shield stuff I was doing though. On the inside of the shields on the Dynamiz, and they were really big and super thin. All right, put the blade down. Too much, right there. Okay. I went around that like 4 times. I think that was sufficient. All right, that one's done. Where's my other foot, dude? Oh, he's right here. Oh, I gotta do the strip first. I didn't do the strip on that one. That's okay. We can do this. I'm going to do a little smaller segments this time. I think they'll be easier to work around. So this is all the background stuff that normally I would just film as video. I'm just now starting to do this live streaming, so you know, I don't know if it's what you guys want to see. Part of the reason I'm doing it though is because it's a good way of some of the clips might make, you know, because I don't use a lot of the build process in the finished review video, because I am going to review Beargguy. I did a little snap build and kind of talked about it. There was a video for that, but I haven't actually like reviewed them, like really tell you what I think about it as a kit. And that'll be coming up in the next video after the paint job's done. And I'll use a little bit of this footage, more than likely. And I record from my phone sometimes simultaneously as I do. It's a process I have to go through anyway. So another piece of this. I might end up having to do 3 pieces here. I don't know if that was long enough. One piece just doesn't want to go where I want it to. There. I kind of got it. It's just not sticking really well. Ooh, don't scratch. Don't scratch the part. Be careful. Less aggressive. Don't be heavy-handed. Still got a little exposed though. Song makes me feel like I should be missing my girlfriend or something. Maybe falling in love with my girlfriend. I don't know. It's got that romantic vibe. Actually, you know what it does actually kind of remind me of? There's a track on Gundam Thunderbolt that kind of has a very similar guitar riff. Also makes me think of Back to the Future, Fish Under the Sea dance. I don't know, it's very Earth Angel-ish. Boy, my brain makes weird associations. Skipping. This almost reminds me of Talking Heads. I don't know why I'm throwing those down like that when I do that. Do it with like a weird sense of urgency I don't know if I need to have. I feel like that's not stuck right there. Yeah, okay. All right, well, this one overlaps this one, I think. Let's test that over here on the clock. Yes. So we want to pull from here. Hopefully I can do this with a little more accuracy this time. The other one wasn't exactly a perfect circle either. So that made that a little bit more challenging. Yeah, this one was much easier. Though I do think I need to give it a little... Yeah. Yeah, that was way easier than the other. The other one I had to find that spot to fold it. I'm actually just going to use my nail to work it around this time. Wait! Bro. I mean, bro. Like, how easy is that? I'm a little off right here, but... Could have made it a little bit more to the top. Do I feel it? I don't know. Let's look at it. Ah! Dropping! I think the camera wants to focus on my hand instead of the part. That's actually pretty clean. It does overlap right there. I got some overlappage. Do I peel it again? I'm afraid if I do, it's going to peel the inside off. Let me zoom back out. I'm like holding my breath as I do this. We want clean. Clean. There can be no mess on this kit. I want perfection. Don't mind shadowing, but I don't want weathering. Don't peel up. There, that's the direction it can go. Now let's see if I can get this off right here. Smooth. I know I cut this. I swear I cut it. Don't push hard. Such a small bit to get off of there. There. We did it. These are those little bits of tape I was talking about. It would just be all over, little shreds of it. Did I cut too much off now? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it just needs to be pushed back down. I don't know, I might have to do that all over. The other one quick. You know, I think that's where I tried to scribe it. I just boogered the crap out of it. I think we're going to leave it alone. We're going to let that fly. It's the bottom of his foot, after all. All right, so that's those two pieces. Let's get this little guy while I'm at it. This is really the only other thing on the pinks that need to be masked. Everything else I'm gonna do some backwashing off on with brushes. Oh, that's a different part. Hold on. Maybe there's actually two on here. Well, circle-wise, there's actually a few pieces I'm masking. A couple pieces I want to mask, but only a couple that have circles. Okay, so here's this one. Where's the other big one? Uh-oh. Oh, there you are. Well, these little ones don't have anything that need masking in, do they? Oh, I didn't spray you pink. I missed a part. Oh. But there's nothing to mask on you. Bear with me. I'll be back. Avatar's probably doing some weird shit. Okay. I'm back. So I got to do this one, and this one. This is going to be yellow. And then the rest of these little outer details, I'll backwash. I should clean this nice. Yeah. This is going to be yellow, and then I'll backwash these. If not, panel liner will do that. So we'll see. Although I am thinking about trying to thin one of those paints thin enough to be a panel liner. I don't know if it would work. I'm afraid it would mess up the paint job. Though I do have a couple mecha colors in Vallejo that might work. We'll see. So I think this and this may be the same circle, which may save me a lot of grief, because I cut this one and man was it hard to do. It is. Look at that. Now all I need to do is trace it and cut the inside. I'm okay with that. That is acceptable. This might make the camera warm, but I'll try to zoom in on it. Let you guys see what I'm doing a little bit better. Why is it not focusing? There. Now it's focusing. So what I do is, this could be just a hair bigger. Really could. Maybe I'll do this side and then I'll do that side. I think this one might actually be bigger. And I only need one. So there's that. There we go. show tunes. Seriously. All right, here goes. You know, it's funny that I do this to myself because most of this stuff's going to be tucked like into the cracks of his arms, and you're not going to see it. Although with the light and the UV reflective paint, because I am using a UV color for this part that I'm masking, it may give it a little bit of a ambient, like extra bit of, because I'm going to use the yellow. Yeah, I might make kind of an orange color. But did I do that backwards? Bro, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the outer ring. This is why we can't have nice things. Sure. I don't think it matters if I get out of it. I only need partial of it. We're doing it. Another episode of I'm Gonna Do It Anyway. I think it was there. I hope so. Seems right. Maybe just one more little notch. No, I think that's right. One more little notch. There. Danielle Howe, what are you painting? Not the granddad was putting together the other day. No, Grandpa Gumpla's Grandpa Gundam's right up there. He's done though. Weapon, shield, core fighter. I guess I can focus on that for you. I'm actually kind of wanting to actually get to painting him real soon. For now, I'm painting, I don't know if you've, in my video backlog, there's a snap build of the Beargguy. The Aloharo, Ohana Aloharo bear. And, I'm doing a glow-in-the-dark candy coat, mixing, Alcalad and DSPIAE's, this isn't the blue, this is the yellow. Oh, here's the blue bottle. Mixing DSPIAE's lacquers. I've seen the thumbnail, yeah. Yeah, I worked for way too long on that thumbnail today. That was not a Chat GPT generated thumbnail. Although I use them on occasion when I'm in a hurry, I try to make my own. Yeah, yeah. I could show you if you'd like. It actually will even kind of glow in this light a little bit. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, did my camera freeze again? It did. You piece of crap. Technical difficulties. Stand by. Camera reset. It does that sometimes when I zoom in with the digital zoom feature. My apologies. Okay, that's better. But yeah, it kind of glows in the UV. These are actually the pink parts that I'm masking right now. And they glow more white than they do pink. Wasn't really expecting that. I'm kind of hoping up against the other colors, once it's on the metal, it looks more pink. But yeah, I'm just doing some base masking. So I'll show you this if you're just tuning in. These were the parts we just masked. I'll zoom in briefly. Using this DSPIAE circle cutter. I don't get to use it very often. It was an expensive tool that I bought, like, I don't know, many years ago, and don't get to use quite often enough. But these are going to be white. I'm probably going to mask this too. I'm still thinking about it. I'll backtrack for that part. But yeah, I want to keep some of the chrome on it. These actually are going in the middle when I do spray the white, because the fan blades are going to be, they're going to stay, that's actually more the finished product. They're going to stay chrome. I have that tool, he says. Oh, nice, I have that tool. Well, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate looks cool. It is hard to use. You kind of have to plan ahead of the tool. For example, if you'd been here a little bit ago, I did these donut pieces that I'm cutting here 3 or 4 times. There's a trick to it, and it's also really hard to tell increment wise what you're actually. I wish they'd have put some numbers on this part here. I wish we had more of a like 1.5, 3 millimeter, you know, because there are some of those armor locks and things like that are, you know, kind of standard. And I wish they would have put just a few numbers on there for us. They got the 1 and the 2, but I think that's just centimeters. It is a little awkward. And if you're doing donuts with it, you have to do your cut. The other thing I think that this tool needs is, so if I'm doing a donut, I have to do it, bring the blade up, reset the measurement for the next cut, drop the blade again, and then do my cut. And if I move this slightly, it's not going to be a perfect circle. And I wish they could have given us something that helps line it up. Some kind of an indicator that tells you where center is. Oh, I have. Yeah, I've used them. In fact, used all of them. I used every one that they gave me on the sheet when I painted the shields on the Dynamiz. Of course, some of those, like, I'd mess them up as I was going. So there was that. But yeah, they work really nice too. This was kind of like a long-term, don't want to always have to buy the circles sort of, I guess, was the idea behind the investment part of it. I do wish it was a little easier to use, though. I wonder if I should cut this in half. I think that might make this easier to do. Let's do that. But I do like it as a tool. It definitely helps. There is an add-on plastic ruler triangle thing. Really? I didn't know that. I actually have so I have their little scribe cutter, but I haven't had the pleasure of using it yet. That's something I want to get into with maybe the Zaku. Is doing a little scribing based off of kind of existing panel lines. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Please share what you do. That's why we're here. I am totally kind of new to this, dude. This is really so this is only the second kit I've painted as of yet. First one you can find a video for, and that was that Gundam Dynamez. The video is very over edited. It's kind of the story of how I got into the hobby. Not as much about the Dynamez. But yeah, absolutely share what you do. In fact, I think my community post is open if you'd like to throw anything up on it. Thus far, nobody's done that, but it'd be cool if you did. But yeah, that's kind of why I mean, I'm, hoping maybe someday the channel will open doors and take me places I haven't gone. But otherwise, it's just a good way of connecting with people that are into the hobby, because otherwise it's like doing it in a closet by myself all the time. Nobody knows I'm even here. You kind of have to be a builder and appreciate building Plamo and Gunpla kits to realize what people really go through when they're, some of the builders out there, what they're really doing. It's not as easy as it looks. You have to love it, I guess. And I do. Ah, you have this kit. Well, so one of the other things I'm doing with this kit is there will be a diorama in the future. I have the base for it kind of made already. It's just a little sandstone thing, though. And I'm going to be printing the decals for this, or at least attempting to. I'll probably do it near the end after I get the paint job finished. And I'm hoping the paint job will be done by the end of the week. I got stalled out on it once I started waiting on more paint, because I just totally underestimated how much I would use trying to do a candy. This is the first time I've done a candy paint job as well, so I'm learning a lot as I go. Not gonna lie, it's been a learning experience. I'll do a video at the end, like an edited video similar to call it a sequel to the Snap video, where I'll tell you guys, what I've learned about candies and what I would do differently. I mean, I could tell you here if you really. I would definitely go about the surfacing process a little bit different. I'd probably use more colored surfacers if I had to do this again. It is. I sprayed a lot of these pinks way too heavy. Most of it's all for the inner frame, though. You don't see 95% of it. I'm just silly like that and like to take things to the over and above level. But the parts that matter are on the outside of the holo, and they came out just absolutely gorgeous. I'm very, very pleased with how these turned out. You'll have to forgive me. I need to clean my cavern lens. And they have a nice glow. I don't know that they glow pink, but they glow. Kind of came out more of a rose gold, but I'm okay with it. It's a first attempt. But yeah, candy is very difficult. I have the Vercom Master Grade Zosabe, and I'm very, very tempted to give it a candy paint job, but I didn't want to do such a thing with such a big kit without getting my feet wet first. And this kit being my second paint job, honestly, is more about I don't want to do any weathering or anything. I want it to be as pristine as possible. And I'm sure it won't be absolutely perfect. because I'm learning as I go. I've already made mistakes that if I could go back, I would do different. But you know, it's the journey. It's what it's all about. Well, and it does. I enjoy, very, very much so enjoy doing this. And I get better at it as I go. And I agree with you. It's about enjoying the ride there sometimes, not as much about the end results. If I could go back and do this paint job again, the other thing I think I would do a little different is I would probably try to do it out of all Mr. Hobby paint. Because in hindsight, this is kind of one of those kits that I think with what I have in mind for the diorama would have been a fun GBWC possible entry. Something I'd like to do someday. How do I post a picture to the community thing? Well, I don't hold me to this because I am new to the YouTubes as well. But I think all you got to do is go to my community post tabs, and there should be a plus sign somewhere, because the interface looks different for me on my end. But I believe setting wise, I've unlocked it to where if somebody wants to go to my community up at the top, you should be able to, there'll be a small little thing where it says, tell me what you're thinking, or something like that. Oh, dude, the Anchor T paints are very nice. Or is it Anchorette? I've never known how you actually say it. It's funny. I have a DSPIAE set of the Zaku set for the green and the red Zaku, and they kind of remind me of the Anchorettes, but I don't think DSPIAE is really, really thick. You got to thin the crap out of it, and it doesn't spray the greatest. And I've heard that Anchorette just sprays like beautifully. And I really, that's awesome. So just out of curiosity, do you have like one of the specific color sets? Because I know they make color sets for like certain kits. Like I think there's a Zasabi set and I think a New Gundam set, if I'm not mistaken. They look amazing though. I would love to play with them. I just got some Born paints in. Galactic Toys had some of them, and I just got some of those in, but I haven't had a chance to play with them. And as I'm kind of reading up on them, I think with Born you kind of have to have, like, they're not paints, they're a system of paints, and I think there's a couple components I may be missing before I start messing with them. But they look like they'll spray amazingly. I have all the paints. Like, so you have like the entire Anchor T collection. That is freaking awesome. That is absolutely awesome. They're really hard to get here. When I have seen them, it's usually on eBay. I think I may have run across them on Ollie. This may not be like the right size. Can I make this work or not? I could if I could get it to stick where I want it. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see if you've got anything you've painted with those. If you can, like I said, I think you can post on my community. Oh, stupid webcam. Why? Had to buy a Fuji. Oh, it's because I'm zoomed in. I'm sorry. I have to zoom out, guys. It just gets warm. I'll try to zoom in for the close-up stuff. For the end resultsies. Same. I'm in Australia. I have to get them from AliExpress. Yeah. That's, I think, where I've seen them most predominantly. But I'm always wondering, like, I sometimes wonder if they're legit Anchor T. Although I will say I've gotten quite a few things from Ollie. In fact, I think I ordered this from Ollie. Because it was cheaper, like significantly cheaper. All game, no stress. But, yeah. I would love to get my hands on some of those anchor tees. Maybe after I play with the Borns a little bit. I realized that's kind of why I'm on a painting spree right now too, is I realized I've had some of these paints sitting for so long. My DSPIAEs, for example, I looked at the Zaku sets that I have, and hopefully when I'm done with the barrel, I'll have a few extra bottles left over. I need to get them thinned and actually spray something with them because they're starting to dry out in the bottle. They're still usable, but they won't last long. I've never been scammed, and I've bought kits, paints, tools, and everything. Me too. Me too. I have to say, I feel like I've had better results sometimes getting stuff off of Ollie. Even better results than, say, getting it from eBay when I have gotten things. My Dominator, that was a stream. I built the inner frame. I haven't done the armor yet because I'd like to paint it first. But I got that from Ollie. And, I mean, it arrived on time. It actually arrived a little bit early. Price point wise, it was spot on, a little cheaper than what some of the other outlets had. The only thing I have realized with Ollie, you got to watch for, make sure you're not getting something that is one of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Not going to arrive with its packaging. Sometimes stuff will be really cheap, but it's because they take it out of the box to ship it to you, which makes sense. But yeah, I've always had good luck with Ollie. I hate to say it, you know, I've heard horror stories, but I've never not gotten anything, and everything's always arrived. It's always been well shipped, and you know, no damage. For Gunpla stuff, especially some of the third-party stuff, I think it's actually one of the better outlets. My only concern when I ordered the Dominator was whether it was going to make it through customs, but I don't think that really had anything to do with Ollie so much. And it did. Got held up for about a week or so. Still took, I don't know, what'd the Dominator take to get here? About 4 weeks, I think. 4 to 6, somewhere in there. Yeah. Yeah, they do. I've never had to use it. I don't know how the process is. You know, and when you check a lot of the seller reviews on Ollie, it's, you don't find too many of them that have bad reviews. There's been 1 or 2 where, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll order from this one over here. Instead, they have it too. You know, this one guy had a problem. But it'd be one of those weird things, and it's usually nothing major, and usually the vendor, the reviews that I have read when there is a problem, you know, because I do check out vendors before I just buy stuff. Always been taken care of. Like, I don't know that I've ever read like a horrible review on Ollie. I mean, I really have always had pretty good luck with it. All right, so let's do this. And then I'll try to cut that stuff. And then we'll go around the outside. This is like one of the hardest parts to mask. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. You're not going to see it. I'm just hoping it'll be extra lights. I'm hoping it'll add an extra highlight when I use that UV light when shooting it. I build my kits to take pictures of them. I have a problem. I guess that could almost be said to be true. I do kind of build my kits to take pictures of them, really. True story. Just saying. How's everything working? How's the poll doing? I haven't checked in on it in a minute. Let's see here. We got Ace Combat and Armored Core 6. Cool. Those are two of my favorite games. Except for, I have to say, I have never beaten an Armored Core game. I always get stuck in some mission. So I'm really, I'll be jumping out on a limb there if I take on the Armored Core 6 on stream. Ace Combat I've already beaten, but 7 is the only one that I haven't played like 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, because I like the Ace Combat games. I grew up hanging out at airports. My dad was an aircraft mechanic, so I knew what an aileron was probably before I knew what my ABCs were. Facts. Like I actually did. He explained to me how a wing creates lift before I entered kindergarten. I was an inquisitive little bunny though as a child. Imagine that. Anyhow. And I believe Pinner had a vote for Duke Nukem, which I might be down for. Nobody wants Ghost of Tsushima, huh? It's funny, I haven't played that game for as old as it is. I've had it for a long time. I just haven't. It's one of those, like, it's hard for me to find time to play a game that's that long. Anyhow. I hope this comes out good. I have to actually do this again at the top. But should give me some good masking. And this was easier than the way I went about the other one. I did that other one off stream, and it actually took me like, I don't know, almost a solid hour. Start light. Just let the blade flow. Blade follow the lines. There's a flat spot there, right? Just a little tiny one. That's what got me last time. I thought that came to a point. I didn't realize there was this little itty bitty flat. The new Ghost one out. Message retracted. He must have mistyped that. Standing by, Pinner. Daniel, how? My camera sucks, but I put up some pictures. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Well, Daniel, congratulations. You are the first person to post on my community. So, I don't know. I'll have to come up with some kind of a badge or something to give you. I'll have to figure that one out. Because that is something I'm going to have to do eventually. Like insignias and stuff. New type for life. But thank you. You know, let me try to finish this piece. And if I can pull it up without screwing the stream up real quick, we'll take a look at it. I would like to see it. It'll be a good time to take a little breaky break away from this masky mask. And I'm almost done with the piece. I got to do the upper portion. But thank you. Thank you so much for finally, somebody posted something on my community post. I'm a real YouTuber now. But what I was trying to show the ankle, I used Gun Primer's Light Scribe. It tape over them and cut the perfect circle. I think I know which one you're talking about. Gun Primer makes some nice stuff. I still would like to get their... What is it, the razor? Oh, is this... Tell me this is a piece of tape and not a scratch in the paint. Why do I have all these extra little pieces of tape all over this? They're not coming off. All good, no rush, bro. Going to have a quick smoke. I'll be right back. No worries. The pen scriber. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool tool. You know, I may try to pull that up and take a look at it when I pull up the window. I need to work on this magic window thing. So this will be good practice for me. I hope you guys don't mind me suffering a little Dynamodel fumbling around in the interweb. You know, and I think that's a good time for me to take a little bit of a breaky break. Ladies and gents, how many people are here? We got 3 or 4. We got 3 or 4. Pinner, I'm assuming you're lurking in the shadows, as you always do. Creepy bastard. No, I'm kidding. You're my favorite lurker, Pinner. You always will be. In fact, sometimes you're my only lurker, and I love you for it. You're one of the bestest pals a bro could have. Kind of a good little track. I think if I hit it with this, I'm just trying to, there's like a little bit on here that I think will lay down nice and clean, but he just wants to kind of have a mind of his own. But otherwise, I think that's good. I think that, right. See, and I'm afraid if I get the little thing off, it's gonna tear. If I could figure out which way to turn it, I could keep it from flapping. Maybe I just need to cut it. Let me look at that again. Yeah, I just need to cut that. I just missed. Daniel Howell, please don't look too hard. I'm not very good. Oh, bro. I am totally new to this hobby. I have painted one kit, and that kit took me 4 years to paint, so you are all good. Although, mind you, when I started doing it, I didn't actually have like the stuff to do. Oh, I miscut this and I totally scratched it. I don't want to show it to you guys. I will though. All right, bear with me 1 second, kids. I gotta get some water. I think the dog is wanting to go outside again for a second, so I gotta open the door for them. I will return though, I promise. And actually well, I'll leave the build desk. I won't put on the be right back. I'm just gonna mute it and hide my cartoon self. All right, now posts, community, newest. Post from Daniel Howe. Let's see if I got this. Clink. Where is the magic window? There we go. I'll hide the build. There. You have to forgive me. Getting better at this. Let's look at Daniel's stuff here. Hold on. I can fix this. Ah, all right. Bear with me, I'm cropping. I told you this would be an exercise in technical prowess. There. That's a decent crop. Ah, so here we go. Daniel, is this... Please don't look too hard. I'm not very good. Not sure if it worked. No, it worked. It worked. Thank you for being the first person to post in my community. I have to ask, though, is this a perfect grade new Gundam? Daniel, is this perfect grade new Gundam? And did you paint this, or is this just snap built? Because if you took the time to strip the coatings on a perfect grade new Gundam, paint them, you are the man. This is, I dare say maybe you might have had a little like oil on the lens, perhaps. Oh, I need to do this over here. Oh my God, dude, this is beautiful. Not painted, but this is still beautiful. This pick right here is like better than some of the promotional picks. Like, this is the type of stuff I wish Bandai would do when they do the promotional picks. You know, some of these kits, like they could do 20 or 30 promotional picks, and I'd go through all of them. Not painted, the gold is straight, but I stripped all the pistons. Ah, I see. Dude, this is... So what do you think of the articulation on this? I did leave you a comment on it. Is it only these 3 picks? I do like the piston work. Very nice. Yeah, I think you might have had dust on your lens when you took the picture. It's picking up I don't know, lens flare. That's quite awesome. I'd like to feel free to keep posting as you get through it. That's all painted with the pistons there. All of this in here. Very nice work, my friend. Man, I'd love to have that kit. I'd so like to hear what you like. Definitely, like, feel free to type up what you think about it and whatnot as you go and you post pics, man. Keep posting them, though, if you don't mind. This is one of those. I'm very... So, way out of my price range right now. I'm sending resumes into the abyss at the moment. But, sorry, I had to stop and look at it again. But I ran across one at one of my local stores. It's a gaming store where you can go and play. You can actually do builds and stuff there. But they had one, and it was they wanted $690 for it, which is like, I was like, it's cheaper than a lot of places. Still out of my price range, but dude, when I picked up the box, holy crap, was it heavy! So not what I was anticipating. Weighed like twice the weight of the Dominator. Like, I thought the Dominator was a heavy box when I got it, but that high, the new Gundam PGU is, I don't know, it's got to be 15, 20 pounds. Oh, it may not be your camera. I think you might have just had stuff on the lens. Honestly, this shot right here, dude, this is a great pick. If you're using your phone, man, they're hard to beat. Like, I'm using this Fuji X-T2 to run the stream with, and honestly, I'd probably be better off to use my phone. Not gonna lie. But the Fuji's kind of sentimental to me. I'm stubborn that way. Until I get a nice new camera, I'm using it until it's dead. It has taken around 4 weeks just to finish the arms. I could believe that. Dude, the legs are freaking awesome looking. Yeah, I'd love to see some more shots like this. That is a great close-up, homie. God, there's so much there to work with, too, if you did want to paint it. But it's like, where do you stop? That's the thing. It gets to be so hyper-detailed that it's like, where do you stop with it? You know? Do you paint all this stuff? Do you panel line this? Do you paint each one of these different colors? Do you do a different highlight here and backwash this? You know, and that's the trouble I have when I look at a lot of stuff. That's kind of why I paused on the Dominator. I did the inner frame and I was going to keep going on it, but I'm like, I don't know what I want to paint, what I don't want to paint. Especially with the coatings. These coatings actually look really nice. Like, I don't know that if I could paint gold much better than that. Truly. You know, the older coatings kind of, eh. But they've gotten better about putting the nubs. Like, I don't see any nub marks either. There might be one here. Maybe. But otherwise pretty hidden. And I bet you when you put the armor on that, you wouldn't see the snub. I bet you it encases it. If that is a nub. Problem is with the coatings is I've noticed you can't take glass files to them. You have to repaint all the silver. Did you use a Gundam marker or did you spray it? It was horrible watermarks. I normally buy 2 kits. Yeah. God, I wish I could buy 2 new PGU news. I haven't gotten the pleasure of... I guess that's kind of why I went with... Alright, I'm going to try to go back to the hand cam. Hopefully we didn't time out. I feel like there was something else I wanted to look at. Hold on one sec. Let me hide this. And see... For those of you that have never seen this, this is on my list of things I would love to have, but can't afford. That Daniel was bringing up earlier. See if I can find one and show this one to you guys. Here, they have it at new type. Bear with me, kids. I'm almost there. No, I don't want chat. I want magic window. Hide you? Hold on. I can fix this. I know there's a way to do this. I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Can't remember how to move it in OBS window the right way. So we'll do it like this. But yeah, this is the scriber I think Daniel was talking about. Comes in a nice package. Gun primer does nice packages for everything. I guess that's probably the blade tool. See, and this is like scribing the circles is something that's very hard to do. And I think there's something about this particular tool that the tip is like a different kind of a point. Yeah, no problem, Daniel. Yeah. Yeah, it really does look like a nice tool. I like how the handle is too. Wow, whoever did that. But I think there's something about the way the point is supposed to be here that makes it do the curves better. You uploaded some better ones. Nice. Well, let me go back. Bear with me. I'll hide this so you guys don't have to see me fumble through the interweb. Oh, well, you're seeing me fumble through the interweb anyway. What did I hide? Oh, I didn't want to hide that. Yeah, I did. They haven't quite uploaded yet, Daniel. We'll come back, though. I'll come back to that. Oh, lost the webcam. Imagine that. You piece of crap. And it's back. All right. Now, I got to take a look at this piece before I do the outer edges here. Bear with me. See if I can make my camera even angrier. And I got to do that inside part on the bottom. Oh, that's okay. I'll come back to it. It'll take YouTube, I think, about 10-15 minutes anyway. There's a small delay. Basically, they'll AI, from what I understand, they'll AI scan it before make sure it's like, you know, abides TOS and all that good stuff. So how should I do this one? You know, I think I'm just going to do this one in squares. I don't think I want to try to cut that. I think I went a little heavy with the paint, and I don't have a very good line to cut it. Yeah, we're going to do some little squares. I'm going to do the old method. This is how I masked most of the Dynames, doing little tiny geometric shapes. But that's also why it's a bit of a pig. And that paint job looks great for its intricacy from far away, but when you start looking at it close, it's a pig. You could tell I was learning. No, don't peel. I guess I'll take that. We're gonna just have to suffer what just happened there. Using the wrong tweezers. Yeah, that gun primer tool is dope, though. I have kind of wanted to get one of those for a good minute. You're too thick. Stay. I guess focus would help, huh? Sorry, guys. And I would zoom in more, but the digital zoom just doesn't like it. And if I lower the camera anymore, it touches the top of my head. It drives me crazy. Look later when you want to. Oh no, I kind of want to check this one out on stream, Daniel. And even if you end up bouncing and, you know, have to go tend to real life or something, I'll still look. I'm very interested in that kit. Like, although now that I see the pictures of it, I see where Bandai's coming up with that price point. Congratulations that you have one though. I can't wait to see the end result. Are you going to paint the armor and stuff on it, or just kind of detail it up a little bit? Because I know that's a thing where, you know, not everybody paints their inner frames. It's kind of senseless. You don't see most of it. You know, a lot of people will detail the pistons like you do and whatnot, and then they'll give the outside a paint job. But are you painting the armor parts? Half and half. Yeah. That's kind of, I think, what I'm going to do with the Kshatriya. Well, the Dominator. Although, now that I'm doing the Dominator, there's a part of me that very, very much, it's not in my budget right now, but there's part of me that very, very much wants to do the Master Grade Super Deformed Kshatriya. I probably would have passed on the Dominator if I'd have known Bandai was going to release that. That thing is just... it's adorable. But then, at the same time, looks inherently evil. Like, it's just a death machine. It's a little bunny that'll kill you. It's kind of comical. It's such a contradiction because it's cute, but it's... like, the design of that suit inherently makes it just look sinister. I need smaller bits. Funny, this one's going to be a lot cleaner mess than the other one, but that's okay. It'll be crammed between the arms. You'll never see it. I didn't come up with that reference either on the Dominator. That was somebody said that in stream the other day when I was talking about it. They said it looks like a little evil bunny rabbit, and I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. Kind of reminds me of a little evil bunny rabbit. It's like adorable, but then it's got rabies. Ah, stop moving. I had you right where you were supposed to be. This is montage music. It's a masking montage. Maybe that's what I should have called the stream. The masking montage. I gotta run for a little while, man. Hope you get some inspiration. Scumpla saved my life, so I love seeing people getting into it so much. Yeah, it kind of saved mine too, if you want to know the truth, Daniel. Truly. Thank you for the stream. Well, thank you for stopping in the stream and the community post. If you don't make it back, I'll be on again later this week. Appreciate all the chats, the yappins. Really do. Makes it fun. Oh, dude, thank you for sharing. Please keep us posted. For reals. We'll be following that. I don't know if you have a channel too. I'll have to check it out. See if you do. Maybe subscribe if you do. Well, probably will subscribe. Sounds good, man. Have a good night. If you don't make it back, be safe. It's good exit music. We're all going to be sad now. Daniel has left. It's fare thee well, track. So fare thee well, Daniel. You too, bro. It's those little conversations that I have with people in the process of doing this that actually really do make it fun. I mean, it's fun anyway, but it's the meeting people that just makes it hit different. I've almost got this piece lined up. There we go. Little sweetness, bro. Now that's some good maskings. I think that, let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Little shifty shift here if I can close that gap. I'll live with it. We're moving on. You know, and I think I'm going to do something crazy for this. We're going to cut a bigger circle for the outside here. No, we're not, because then I have to cut two. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to do little tabs. Be far faster. I don't know if this will work like I wanted. We're about to find out. Oh yeah. Progress. You know, I don't think there's actually a lot left to mask with this. There's a couple little easy slices on a couple of the pink parts down here. And after that, I might actually spray. I might just go to spraying. I don't know. Here, new poll. Let's see where this one went. Well, 50-50s to tell me in chat. So that got me nowhere. I need another vote. I need at least one more vote to make a decision here. This is because I got 50%. Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, I guess that kind of makes Duke Nukem. That would mean I have to play Duke Nukem. I guess I'll give it a try. I mean, Duke Nukem was fun back in the day. I'll let it go a little more. I'll let the pole go just a while longer. Someday when I peel this double-sided tape up, it's going to be such a nightmare. Although I see a new glass mat sometime in the future. I'd like a different color. I think I'd like to get something in blue, or I dare say I think purple would look actually better on camera. Sweet. You're almost totally masked. And then that leaves like, it really does. There's like 2 or 3 other little parts. And I might start spraying the white. Although I'm still on the fence about masking more of those. There's some of this I'm going to backwash though. I think I want to mask this and this. I don't know. I might just brush paint those. The veil would actually lay down pretty nicely over those. And I always could respray them. Decisions. You guys will have to forgive me. I'm just sitting here thinking about this. Oh, I got 1 more to do. 2 more to do. I think those ones I'm going to knife. I'm not going to try to do the circle thing. It's too difficult. It's too much of a pain. I think it'd be easier to knife those ones. They're not as small. I think I'll be able to make them show up better when I trace them out. That gun primer tool that Daniel mentioned would actually really help with parts like that. All right, More tape. You know, I'm kind of wondering, after seeing the pictures of that gun primer tool, it makes me wonder. I do need to flip this blade over. It's got a little dull. So this is a funny tool. I had this for a long time and I kept trying to put the blade in perpendicular to where I had it now, and I could never get it to stay, and I'd always get frustrated with it. And then one day I realized the blade was small enough it fit the other way, and I was like, oh man, I'm so dumb. Let's try that again. All right, I think we're sliced. Wrong tweezers. Careful. Wink. I love it. Little fray. That turned out nice. Well, these ones are so. We'll get through them. I feel like that's a clean cut. Oh, what are we listening to? Why? Why's? Sleepy time shit. Oh, I just made an extra slice where I don't want one. Hopefully it was just the paint, the tape. Oh. Why did you freeze? I'm back. Computer crashed. Don't know why. This work? Let's make sure this works. Ah, lots of hearts. Okay. We're working. Well, while the computer was crashing, if you missed it, you probably did because the computer was crashing, I did get this piece done. Ah, well, almost done. Kind of glad I showed it to you guys, or I would have started spraying that and went, oh my god, I forgot to tape the end of that. I have done that. That has happened to quite a few pieces where I get all of this done and then I won't see like this little bit up here, just won't notice it. And I'll forget to mask it, and then I'll catch it when I'm spraying and I'll be like, oh man, I gotta start over. Because once I do that, it's like, now how do I get the overspray off without spraying the whole part again? Like, it sucks. Got some extra tape here we should use. Whoa. That's weird. I guess there's glue right there? Still attack. Is this just a dull blade? I think it is. Maybe I flipped this over yesterday. We need more blades. Coming out. Get out of there. They do dull quick when you're masking. I have an extra. Let me zoom out. You guys are looking at big old pictures of my hands. Nobody wants to see my fingers. Come here. Are these only one-sided? Oh my gosh, they are. Oh, I thought they were dual-sided. Well, that explains that. That's why that last part was so hard to cut. I might as well have been scribing. Oh yeah. That's much better. That's way gooder. Yeah, that felt so weird. I was like, why did my glue feel like, or why does my tape feel like I just tried to cut like super? Guess we should hit that. I don't think I'll spray there, but what the hell? There we are, fully masked. Really do need to clean my camera lens. Yeah, I think that'll turn out good. I don't want to spray the heck out of it either. It's just going to be a light dust. Zoom back out. Zoom out, I say. All right, well, let's see if this goes better now that we actually have a knife on the knife. I'm going to do just like I did the other and go one piece across the middle. This piece is a lot easier to do than that other piece. That other piece being just slightly smaller, a lot harder. I don't want to stick it too much because I want to be able to cut it. I'm always afraid I'm actually going to like nick the edge of the part when I do this. Still want no bleeding. No bleeding. Let's try this with a knife this time. Drone parts. I started knifing that without actually etching it. And my knife was not going to track right. It's really easy. Like, you would think that it's just going to follow that line, but it doesn't necessarily. Especially if you push too hard. Like, it's really easy to use too much pressure and then it just goes wherever it wants. And it's the circles that are the hardest to do. Anything with a curve. It's funny, on the other one I just did, first one went great. Second one, not so much. All right. It's always the part I hate, because once you start peeling it, if it didn't go right, it's like harder to fix after that. You know? Well, let's see how we do. Ah, let's not throw the part on the floor. Gentle. Ah. Well, that came off splendidly. Can we use that word? Can I bring that word back? Splendidly. Kind of old-timey, isn't it? Music's making me take this all serious and stuff. It's like weird little bit of suspense going on with it. I feel like I should be going through somebody's files right now. It's very mysterious. Wow, that tracked nice. Yeah, it kind of helps use my finger to kind of track the outside edge of the part. Don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. This music's cracking me up, bro. Yeah, I feel like I should be at the top of an office building right now, like perusing through somebody's files with a flashlight, trying to find the dirt. Facing somebody outside of the convenience. And there's a part of me that's like, I could skip it, but I'm kind of enjoying it in a weird sort of train wreck kind of way. Kind of overlapped just a little bit. That's gooder. That's most goodest. Maybe a bit excessive. Yeah. Cool. It's intense. It's a lot of masking. We did all these. And it's actually, how long have I been on? I mean, I can't tell you I'd do it any faster not being on stream. But those parts there. Is that it? Oh, that's so anticlimactic. Oh, wait, I missed one up at the top there. That one. Still, though, it's a lot of masking. It's an awful lot of masking. But that's, oh, and we did these guys too. We got these. These go with the white ones. Let's go with those. It is kind of cool. There's literally nothing to mask on the whites. Like, I keep looking at them going, am I missing something? But there's nothing there I want to mask. I'll backwash everything. panel line it the old-fashioned way. I can't believe I missed a pink part. Did I miss two? I think that's it. That's all of them. It really is. So that's awesome sauce. I'm alright with that. I think the only other couple parts I was thinking about masking, and this was just like a maybe, was perhaps doing these two and that thing. Been on the fence about that though. I think I'll sit on that one for a minute. As it is, I gotta respray this guy. I'm still so upset about the fingerprint I put in that as it was drying. Oh, why is this on top? It should be on newest. Well, let me get these back on their little respective sticks so I don't lose them. This is the tedious part of the process that I apologize for, ladies and gentlemen. It must be done this way, or I'll end up with parts everywhere and I won't know where they are. ADD is a real thing. I don't know if I have it. I definitely have trouble keeping up with things. That was kind of cool. Daniel was like, Gunpla saved my life. Don't hear people make that statement very often. Kind of a cool statement to make. Certainly changed mine. And who knows, if I hadn't found this to keep myself occupied, what kind of things I would have discovered to keep myself occupied. So maybe it saved me too. Maybe that could be said. Put these parts over here where they will stay safe, because these are my two. Man, I love the way these two came out. I just really do. These came out so nice. I still wish it was pinker though. I mean, it's kind of pink. It kind of turns purple when I hit it with the light. The light's purple, so I don't know if that's fair. Curious to see what it looks like against other colors. Well, here, we can find out. It's maybe a little risque. Let's see, can I get the angle right so I can hold this? Close enough. See if I can focus on that. It glows. And yeah, up against the blue it does look more pink. I mean, it does kind of wash out at some point. The light gets too close. But that's kind of the point of the diorama. I'm hoping to be able to, with the diorama, hit with a like an ambient-esque black light. I don't know if what I want to do will work. We'll find out. Diorama will be a whole separate project, though. Right now, I just want to get the Beargguy. I mean, I have a base for it. That works for me. Okay, so I'm debating on whether I should spray. I feel like I should mask these two little guys off, though. So I'm just going to leave you guys with this. We're just going to leave with the Fuji X webcam. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you, Pinner, for stopping in. Thank you for voting on the poll. Oh, Armored Core 6. We got another vote. So now I'm tied between Armored Core 6 and Pinner's suggestion of Duke Nukem. Well, you know, let me let the camera cool down, the computer cool down, and get some food. And maybe I'll come back in a little bit and start a game of Armored Core 6. I actually, I think I'm at the boss fight of the first mission. So if you guys don't mind seeing that, I guess I could start though. I mean, I did say a playthrough. I don't know, but maybe I'll be back in a few to do that. I just don't want to leave a beer right back while I go. I think that's too long. On that note, thank you again, everybody, for stopping in. Pinner, thank you. Mr. Daniel Howell, 5758, thank you for posting your awesome PGU New Gundam. Anybody else who's watching, or if you happen to be watching the VOD, please feel free to post your builds in the community. I would love to see them. I started this channel to kind of get more involved in the Gunpla community. So I have a community posting section. I'd love to see what you're working on. On that note, if you did like any of this, please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Tell your friends. Send it to any other builders that you know of. Spread it around. And on that note, everybody have fun. Be safe. Have a rad night. I will see you later. Goodbye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.